boys, gals, and non-binary pals. It's CJH. Welcome to Final Fantasy XIV Crafting Challenge. Um, yeah, so some odd stuff happened, and not the least of which was a cat deciding to wander through the shop there. Don't flick your tail at me. Really? I don't know how you lined that up. That was actually kind of good. Get down. Say hi to Stormy, everybody. Yeah, my internet crapped out as I was trying to record the episode 31. We're already at 31 episodes already. And we are almost, well, we're getting to the good part of Realm Reborn. Um, yeah. So, what is a crafting challenge? Well, two basic rules. One, get the finger you're using to demonstrate in the frame. One, we're only going to be wearing stuff we make. No drop gear, no quest reward gear. We can glam into it, but we're not going to be wearing it. That may prove problematic here coming up, but we're going to work through it. Two, ultimate goal is to make every crafting item, everything in the crafting log, high quality, if high quality is available. How long will that take us? As long as it takes us. I'll keep coming back. You keep, as long as you keep showing up, hell, I'll keep coming back, even if you don't. That's no reason not to. This challenge is primarily for me to make sure to prove to myself that I can do it, that I can stick to something, and that I can have fun doing it. So, where are we? Well, as you can see, we are back in the Waking Sands. We have rejoined Ida and Y'shtola after defeating Garuda, and now I forget the next story beat, so I might as well come over here and have Y'shtola explain to us what is up next. Oh, I couldn't remember. Apparently we do know the location of Tataru, Papalymo, Minfilia, Wegs and Urianger, Wedge and Biggs. So, the rescue of our allies will be no small undertaking, Red. Even under normal circumstances, breaching the defenses of an Imperial castrum would be a highly dangerous proposition. But now the castrum sentry houses prisoners whom the Garleans deem valuable, we may be confident that they have taken additional measures to ensure the stronghold's security. If we are to free our friends, we will require an effective strategy. And if we are to formulate an effective strategy, we will require intelligence. I'm pretty sure she means the military kind, not the book learning. I believe I know a man who may be able to assist us in this. Lord Portelaine of House Durandare. He is stationed at the observatorium in Coerthas. Let us go to him and beseech his aid. Alright. Ida says, let's do it. Alphino says, that makes sense. And Gaius may have called it the weapon of ancient Alec, but I saw extensive Magitech modifications. It is fortunate indeed that we were able to regroup here. I did not much care for my chances of surviving a foray into an Imperial stronghold alone, but I am certain that together we will find a way to rescue our fellow Scions. Advance the plot. Alright, so next stop is the observatorium in Coerthas. And I suppose the best thing to do it, or the easiest thing to do, is just go to Camp Dragonhead. So let's do that. Look at this. Hello, Coerthas. Mighty glad to see you. Been doing well? Family good? Don't mind me, I'm off on a tangent. It happens sometimes. And Camp Dragonhead. You know, while we're here, I was hoping for an ice crystal. You're too far away. Keep it on. Albert, I'll be seeing you here in about 4 levels. So, yeah, as I was saying, my internet upload is deciding to be incredibly unreliable. So rather than try and fight through a stream where I was dropping, 15-20% of the frames, I figured I would just record my offline and put it up. Wait, down. Land on the edge. Ouch. Portalane, I forgot Portalane is this guy. Ah, Red, the woman who unmasked the heretic in our midst. What do I owe the pleasure of your company? You're an associate of Estola. But of course, Lord Junimon confided to me that you were a scion of the Seventh Dawn. Lord, please. Castrum Sentry. What interest do you have in the... What interest have you all in the Imperials? They hold several of our number, who we intend to free. Any information you can provide would be greatly appreciated. I see. That might explain our scout reports. They observed 4 prisoners being led into the castrum. A Huron woman, an Ulzan man, and 2 Lollifells, 1 male, 1 female. It's them! It has to be! Vinfilie, Urianje, Papalimo, Tataru. If that scant morsel is of use to you, you may also be interested to hear about a more recent incident. Incident? An Imperial airship made an emergency landing here in Coerthas not long ago. Ago. Let me try that word again. Not long ago. 2 men believed to be prisoners, Rogadin and the Lollifell, were seen fleeing the craft. What did you say? Roganin and Awolafel, Master Garland. Neither wore Imperial dress, and both seemed disinclined to wait for rescue, hence our assumption that they were prisoners. Well, I'll be damned! It's Biggs and Wedge. Trust those two rascals to escape. We must find them, Red, and soon. The Imperials will not rest until they're captured or killed, and if Biggs were given the choice, I fear he'd take the latter. Freeing those held in Castrum Century would require substantial planning and preparation. As such, it is an endeavor that will admit some slight delay. The matter of escapees, however, by contrast, will not. Shortly after the prisoners vacated the airship, our scouts observed Imperial troops setting off in pursuit. It's likely only a matter of time before they catch them. If you wish to see your comrades again, you would best act now. If, as has been suggested, the Gallians took off Elysion's prisoner in the hopes of understanding the echo, it seems reasonable to assume that they will not be executed until such time as the study is complete. But Biggs and Wedge are not Scions, nor do they know what awed the echo. As Lord Portelaine said, this may prove our only chance to rescue him. I say we seize it. Nodders. Thank you, everyone. You won't regret this. Big old grin. Final preparations are almost complete, my lord. Dang it. We shall give the ignorant children of Eorzea the security and stability they so desperately crave, in which their spineless leaders have so palpably failed to provide. As you say, my lord. Rest assured, our engineers will not rest until the weapon is fully armed and operational. A battle station, if you will. Right then. You depart for Castrum Oriens. You will command the western front. The Eorzeans will attempt to interfere with our plans. You will see that they do not. Besides, my lord, if it be your will, I shall carry it out to the best of my ability. I live only to serve the Empire. Yet, forgive my impotence, but is it proper to give command of half of our forces to I've given you nothing, Perfectus. You have earned it. That will be all. Dismissed. Yes, my lord. My quarters, 1 hour. And that is why you don't hit enter to... I'm going to go ahead and pick up Carolo's journal entry here. It's to unlock Zemel Darkhold. Another one of the dungeons we'll want to be running later on, especially during events. Lord Portelaine would like to aid you in your search for Biggs and Wedge. My purpose here is to reconnoiter Garlean activity along Adelanthia's spine. Owing to this, I have the honor of being acquainted with Y'shtola. Now, the report of the Imperial's airship emergency landing came to us by the way of Zemel Darkhold, situated to the west. Our man stationed at the entrance, a knight named Brissel, may be able to tell you more. So, as to expedite your mission, I shall furnish you with a letter of introduction. I pray that you will soon be reunited with your comrades. May the Fury grant you strength. Thank you, Coeur d'Alene. Okay. Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. So, you stand before Zemel Darkwood, the subterranean fortress excavated by the great Ishgardian house of the same name. None but authorized personnel may enter. No, I do not know what this accent is, but it is the one I will use for yourself. A letter from Lord Coeur. So you have come about the Imperial airship. According to our scouts, the vessel had scarce touched the ground when a caravan, captives by all account, burst forth and bolted. Imperial soldiers have since been sighted in the area, seeking to recapture them. The captives are like to be our friends, you say? Then let us pray that they are yet a step ahead of their pursuers. The emergency landing reportedly took place near the Oran Vale, situated south and west of here. I suggest you take your search there. Seek out a knight named Piermont. He should be able to assist you. While we're here, I'm going to talk to a Fabi as well. And we will immediately stop doing that accent. Welcome to Zemel Darkhold, built to withstand all Dravanian ploys and plans. These were natural caves behind me until House Zemel began to enlarge, connect, and fashion them into a stronghold. Alas, alack. The void sense struck, interrupting the work. Alas, then in the confusion, Garleans infiltrated the keep. All in all, it was a fine mess. The Garleans were eventually forced into retreat, of course, but the void scent remained, and so the fortress goes uncompleted, a house for abominations. Woe was us. Yet the war with the dragons rage, and we have no knights to spare for this noble mission. Even I am strictly on a very long tea time arranged by Sir Carolo. Please see to the abominations, Madame Adventurer, madam. I have much prowess with the paperwork, should you require aid of that sort. Okay. Quest complete. Zemel Darkhold. Now accessible. Alright. That's fine. Yes. Thank you. Okay. Let's roll. We're actually heading to the other cat hair. The downside of having a cat that's more than willing to just stick its tail in your face for comedy. And perhaps revenge. Yes, very likely revenge as well. Mud puppies, mud puppies. Run past Mud Puppy while he's returning from aggro. I sprayed. There we go. Ice crystals. Now I'm going to stand here for just a second. I'm going to make a funny face and pause the video. So if you hear a skip in the background music, that'd be it. And I'm back. Hopefully that didn't look too weird. Yeah, so Willamette. Wait, do not tell me. Nedrick sent you. Tell me this, adventurer. Do you know how the Orenvale earned its most enticing name? Let me enlighten you. The cave is rich with sulfur and mithril ore, which, through reactions with the groundwater, combine to exude golden fumes. A beautiful sight, that is. A beautiful sight. That is until you realize the damn death clouds are burning your chest from within. If you still wish to take your life in your hands, I'll not be the one that stops you. But do try not to get killed. I've dragged enough corpses out of the Vale to last me a lifetime. Another gold piece. All of the gold. The Oren Vale is now accessible. Hooray! The Imperial airship? I saw it approach with the land with mine own two eyes. I hastened to the landing site, arriving just in time to see the vessel take to the skies again, but not before it had deployed a detachment of troops. Gruff orders were being barked, and there was an air of consternation about them. I have a gold piece. There were prisoners aboard the airship, it seems, and they seized the opportunity to flee when the vessel was forced to land. The Garleans who were deployed formed search parties and proceeded to scour the wilderness. In order to alert our forces, I returned to my post, to find evidence that someone had been here in my absence. Whoever they were, they tried the door to no avail and decided to go elsewhere. In all, I marked 2 sets of footprints, one large, one small. If you search the area, mayhap you will be able to follow the prints to their owners. Footprints. I look, and I see another set of footprints off in the distance. Stormy, come on. With me, my steed. Look out over the wilderness. In the distance, see another set of footprints near the ridge of the hill. They're small compared to yours. Likely Lollapalin in nature. Origin. You see another grouping in the distance. It appears they stumble. Or some have disappeared into the falling snow. The trail ends. It's so cold. I want to go home. Hey, Wedge. Oh, please don't leave me under not nearly as succulent as a look. It's all skin and bones underneath, I swear. Ah, Red, it's you. thank goodness you're here. It's been awful. The Garleans were snapping at our heels like a hungry pack of wolves. I was so hell-bent on evading him, I almost ran headlong into the monster's gaping maw. Thrice. And when I finally found cover, it hit me how cold and hungry I was. Yes, but where's Wedge? Biggs. Biggs? He isn't here. He went off in a different direction to lure our pursuers away. It's me, Sid. Have you had any success? Tracked down Wedge. That's wonderful news. Now, what of Biggs? Okay, now that's a nice touch. See, she's not down here. She's up here. Because that's where her ears are. I see. Oh, it hardly surprised me that the big fellow went off as he did. For all the tongue lashings he gives Wedge, he's always taken care of it. I've scoured the area surrounding the Darkhold, but have nothing to show for it. At any rate, we know for a fact that Biggs headed west. With both Ida and Estrola helping out, I'm sure he'll turn up soon. Now then, I'll make my way over to your position while keeping an eye out for Biggs. If memory serves, there should be an Ishgardian fortification not too far to your west. Monument Tower, I believe it's called. Let us meet there. Dare I hope? Was that Master Garland you spoke with? After 5 long years. But thank goodness he's alive. I'm feeling better now, Red. Let's go to Monument Tower and wait for the chief to arrive. Okay, let's head on off to Monument Tower. Maybe knock out a Piast as we're here. An Ishgardian pilgrim. Uh-oh. I'm going to... This one's actually kind of trouble. Yeah. Those pure energy balls in this fate kind of aggro weird, comparatively. The last few times I've tried that when I'm at level and alone, it's not a pretty sight. No, I probably could. It's been a while, but still. Well met, and welcome, adventurer. What brings you to this frozen corner of the realm? Oh, it seems your companion has caught a chill. Come and warm yourself by the fire. I'll bring you a hot broth. Go for it. How are we feeling now, then? Stay here as long as you need. Same goes for you, friend. 'Tis plain you have a long heart. I'll try that one again. The same goes for you, friend. 'Tis plain you have a hard journey ahead of you. You must find rest when you can. I'm fine now, thanks to you, but I can't bear to think that Biggs is still all alone and cold, with Garleans on his heels. He lured the enemy away for my sake, and now he's suffering for it. I hate to have to rely on you again, Red, but do you think you could search for Biggs and Stormy? I mean, we found Stormy, but can you search for Biggs? haven't the slightest notion where he might be at the moment, but maybe, just maybe, the people here have seen something. Sure, I will ask. A Rogan gentleman dressed in the same manner as your companion. I'm sorry, he didn't come by here. Think for a moment. I would not raise your hopes unduly, but there is a cave situated a short distance to the south. We call it the Fury's Gaze, and it may be worth the while to investigate. I make this suggestion only because your friend seems like a selfless sort. Rather than drawing the enemy to this tower, mayhap he elected to pass us by. You're not wrong. That was a yawn. Hello, Biggs. Biggs, you here? Oh, mate, yeah. Ah, a revenant. I don't want to piss off the plasmoids while I'm doing this. That just seems like a recipe for disaster. Hello, Mr. Stilts. Hope you're doing well. Oops, that was wrong. Level 47. What do I have? What are level 47 gear? Can I make the level 47 gear? I cannot. Oh, the vintage Gisan. So, I do have a vintage Gisan. So I have the next level of... I'll be able to upgrade my weapon. Red, were you able to learn anything? And on this area. Well, that stands to reason, I suppose, as he was trying to lure the Garleans away from me. But where within this vast sea of snow and ice could he be? A new Gisan. We can't give up, Red. We must find Biggs before he succumbs to the cold or is recaptured. There must be someone in this tower who can help us, even if it's only to tell us where else to look. Ask them for me. Ask anyone who'll listen. Hurry. Biggs' chances of survival grow slimmer by the moment. You know what? That's not a bad idea. Let's take a look at the top of the tower. Ignance. Your friend is lost in the wilderness, you say? If it's not possible, if he's not to be found around here in the vicinity of Darkhold, it's possible he made for Whiterim. To reach it, one must travel through the Danathan Pass, the southern end of which lies to the north and east of here. I make no guarantees that your search will bear fruit, and it's surely better than worrying in idleness. I wish you luck. Oh, and one more thing. Do tread warily when climbing the stairs here. Not a moon ago, I near broke my neck when I slipped and took a tumble. Heading to down of impasse. Yeah, that didn't work. I missed. Let's you can go either way. Orders to take you back, dead or alive. Which will it be, engineer? Why don't you come and find out, Tinhead? Red, it's well that you're here. The situation is grave. Biggs is in a bad way. We need to do something right now. Ida has the right of it. He will perish if we delay. With me. He's not alone. Kill them all. Ida, less pummeling and more provoking if you don't mind. You. Come here. You. How many of them are there? Upgrade. Okay, so that could have went a little more smoothly. Thanks. Another moment and I would have... He's been too long in the cold. We must find shelter for him. The Monument Tower. What is there? Very well. Ida and I shall bear him there with all haste. Sid will be so happy to see Biggs and Wedge again. I love reunions. We shall go forward, and sometimes sideways, ever twirling. I cannot thank you enough, Red. And the same goes for the rest of you. Thank you all so much. Oh, don't mention it. We are family, are we not? But it just I didn't think I'd ever see him again. I owe the lot of you my life. And you saved Wedges too, Red. I'm losing count of how many I owe you. Oh, Big Swedge. God, it's good to see the two of you again. Chief, it's you. It's really you. You know, in our hearts, we knew you're still alive, but to see you, finally see you in the flesh. When Alphanos told me of the raid on the Waking Sands, I feared the worst. What happened? The enemy struck. The enemy struck without nary a warning. We didn't stand a chance. Wedge and I went in the workshop when they came. Before we knew what was happening, the Imperials had us at gunpoint. It must have been awful. That's one thing I don't understand, though. How did the Garleans get there so fast? I mean, the immortal flame should have seen them coming, right? I myself have asked the same question. That day, when I returned to the carnage of the Waking Sands, I noted not a missing horizon. Nothing at all to suggest the passing of an Imperial force. From this, I conclude that Garleans came neither by land nor by air. Nay, they were born there by potent teleportation magics, the magics of the kind used by the Scions. Carry on. We were bound and blindfolded, and bundled in the cargo bay of a waiting airship. I can't rightly say how long we were aboard, but when the time came for us to disembark, we found ourselves in the midst of an Imperial stronghold, cast from sentry. Upon arrival, we were marched into the main complex. Biggs and I were thrown into a detainment cell together, while Minfili and the others were taken elsewhere. That was the last we heard of them. Cast from sentry. What happened next? Well, we were held in isolation for what felt like years, but was probably moons or maybe weeks. And then, without warning, the Imperials collected the pair of us, put us on another vessel, which we found out was bound for Garlemald, much to our dread. We knew if we were taken back there, we weren't like to leave again. So, risky though it was, we sabotaged the ship's altitude control and forced an emergency landing. In the midst of the chaos, we managed to slip our captors. The rest is history. If I didn't know better, I'd call that a likely story. Sabotaging the altitude controls of an airborne vessel? That'll have been Biggs' handiwork, like as not. You were always resourceful in a tight spot, my friend. Red, thank you for returning my dear assistance to me. It would seem I owe you yet another debt of gratitude. There are still many questions in my mind, but the answers can wait. Minfilia and the others still want for rescue. All right, you lot. Garland Ironworks is back in business. Let's go and give the Imperials what for. I'm not doing a hurrah. Watch yourself. Thanks to you, Biggs and Wedge are with us again. Now we must find a way to rescue Philly and the others. Gods have known we keep them waiting too long already. Based on what we've learned, I believe it's safe to say they're being held at Castrum Sentry. So let us convene at Revenant's Toll in Mordona. Tis as good a place as any for prepare and better than most. The road leading east, then south, will get you there. When we arrive, let us seek the advice of the local adventurers. We're bound to learn a thing or two that will benefit our mission. All right. Not like purposefully avoiding them, just wanting. Okay, that's not. I'm not purposefully seeking them out to kill them at the moment. I don't need any. As far as I know, I don't need wolf teeth. So sprints back up. And welcome, my friends, to Mordona. I think, though, as my foot encountered something that was fuzzy, I think that's what we're going to call it for now. We rescued one group of friends, and now we're going to, feel sick. In any case, yeah, cutting this one a little short because it is going to be a standalone episode since this wasn't a live stream. But we've also all been at it for just shy of an hour, so in any case, I hope you enjoyed visiting with I can't do the live stream ending, can I? In any case, be good to each other, guys. From Stormy and myself, we'll see you next time.